What have you guys tried to prioritize as far as bringing in players?
I think the big thing was trying to bring in some experience. I think you can tell with Justin Taylor and Alex Aliardi, bringing back some of the guys that we had last year. That was a priority for us. So, we're going to be a lot older this year, and the young team that we were last year, I think now those guys have a year of experience. So. That's kind of what we were going for last year, build a team that could grow together, and I think we accomplished that this summer.
Bringing back a guy like Jack Dugan, who was one of the cornerstones for this team last season, how big of a re-signing was that?
Yeah, I mean it was key. Jack was a top scorer in the league. He was a second team All-Star. He was a guy that kind of did everything for us last year. So anytime you're able to bring back your leading scorer, who's an elite player in the league, I think you're happy, and it's not easy to do at this level because the money can just sometimes be bigger somewhere else. So for Jack to want to come back and for us to be able to agree on a contract that's fair for everybody, I think all parties are pretty happy.
When you bring back a guy like Anthony Petruzzelli, who knows a thing or two about winning a Kelly Cup in this building, how big of a signing was that just to bring in a familiar face like that and kind of add a lot more experience like you were talking about?
Yeah, I mean, I think Anthony's a guy that, he's familiar with the Komets and he loves the Komets. And, I think for us to be able to add a guy that's won and a championship it's big. I mean, you can't replace experience. I think it's something that's very difficult to get, and we were very fortunate to be able to add some pieces. We added Petruzzelli, who's won a championship. We added Aliardi, who's won a championship. So to get two guys that have been cornerstone pieces on championship teams, it's only going to make our room better for it.
When we sat down last season, you were just settling into Fort Wayne, trying to figure out which guys to bring in and trying to assemble a team in a very quick time frame. You've now had a full offseason under your belts. What have you learned over this time, especially through your first season as a head coach with this organization, that you hope to carry over into this season?
Yeah, I mean, I think this summer was a lot more fun, just being able to be settled in Fort Wayne and be ahead of some other teams in recruiting was nice, and I think we used our time wisely. We were able to get some good players, and I think what I've learned is that it's a city, it's a town, it's an organization that wants to win, and we got to make sure that we put a product on the ice that's ready to win and hopefully compete for a Kelly Cup this season.
Knowing the guys you have brought in this season, there's a lot of excitement from the fans. Especially with a lot of the pedigree with some of the guys that are being brought in. How do you try to manage those expectations, especially when it feels like there's going to be a target on this back early on this season?
Yeah, I think there's a good buzz even around the players. We've established that we have a good team on paper, but on paper only means so much. We got to put it all together with our work ethic, our chemistry. That's going to take time. I think it's as good as it looks right now. We're happy, we're excited, but it's not going to come together overnight. It's going to take some time to figure out where everybody fits and where all the pieces settle in. So I think for us, it's just going to be patience. We're going to be preaching patience. I think it's instant gratification is what we all want these days. But for us, the goal is to keep getting better all year, and we want to be at the top of the mountain at the right time. You don't want to peak too early. So that'll be our goal in training camp here. Just get everybody settled in and start to get looks at what our lines might be, where guys fit on special teams, and see where it goes from there.
As is usually the case, it's a very quick turnaround from training camp kicking off, a couple exhibition games to getting the season started in, less than 2 weeks. What do you hope to check off? You kind of touched on that chemistry, but just what do you hope to check off these next couple of weeks to make sure you are ready to put a winning product out on the ice?
Yeah, I think the big things in training camp are you want to make sure that these guys all skate in the summertime, but you don't lean on each other in the summertime. So just making sure we're physically ready for game one. We're gonna lean on each other a little bit in camp, make sure our compete level's high, because we do have the talent, but we got to make sure that it's not talent that wins games. It's going to be our overall compete level. So that's what we'll kind of be looking for. And then really training camp's a time to, decipher kind of who fits where. And we got some guys that are coming in to take spots away from guys. And, that's what we want. We want a competitive camp, and we're going to let the players decide who's going to be on the opening night roster.
Well put. Jesse, that's all I got. Anything else you want to add that I haven't asked already?
Now, just we're really excited to get back in the jungle and see the fans come out and support us. And it's been a long summer, but we're really excited for the end of the year, what that might bring for us.